and you are watching Gov's Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent. Hi.
If you can't be good, be bad.
Hey, good times, bad times. It's great to be back here in Levittown, Governor's Comedy Podcast. It's been a while. We have a very, very awesome show lined up tonight. We have our co-host, Stacy. Stacy, it's good to see you again. How you doing over there? She's on Zoom.
Like a villain.
Chilling like a villain.
Zoom. I'm zooming.
You're zooming in, man. You're my first Zoom phone call. And this is the third time I'm meeting this gentleman. Comedian, Jay Christopher. Nice to see you, and thank you so much for coming out, man.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here. I always love coming to Gov's podcast room.
I've heard so much about Jay and your comedy, and it's the weirdest thing because I've been doing comedy for the longest time, and for whatever reason, I met you in the studio last Saturday, I think it was.
Yeah.
And we had a good chat. Everybody was laughing. It was a good show.
And we survived the emergency alert.
The emergency alert. Did you survive that, Stacy?
Barely, but I made it. I'm here. Praise God.
Were you nervous? Were you nervous?
Oh my God, that thing was weird.
Listen, I live with a conspiracy theorist, so I hear all of them.
Okay.
You know.
Oh, you too?
She tells me, put the thing in the car, go outside so no one else. I did that. And, here we are. We lived. I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore.
Well, because I have a friend who's really into being prepared for the worst. Right?
Yes.
But he does videos and he's really into it. And he's like a Boy Scout. I shouldn't say this. He'll kill me. But at our age, you know what I'm saying? Like he knows how to do it. He's like an Eagle Scout.
Doomsday preppers.
He knows how to do everything. He's got a ham radio. He's got all the 9 yards, right?
You have to have the radio. You have to have the battery-operated radio, or the one that you wind up. You got to have one of those just in case.
Or solar powered too. It's solar powered.
Yeah.
So here's my thing is that do you remember the Honeymooners when he played the song?
Yep.
The $1,000 $1 million question or what? Right?
Yeah.
And he made fun of him all the time, and then that song came on the show, and he didn't know it.
Yep.
I feel like that's going to happen to me because I'm not making fun of him. But
listen, better to be safe than sorry.
Exactly.
I'm with that too.
Right.
Again, you don't know what to believe, but if you think about it, the solar power.
Right.
The conspiracy people think that they control the weather. So
I heard that.
Make it cloudy, so that stuff won't work either.
So all the crazy stuff going on in the world today.
Listen, man.
Now, as a comedian, how do you deal with all this?
I I don't talk about it. I very rarely talk about it, you know, because I'm not trying to put out what side I'm on or not on. And I got to get up and go to work no matter what.
Right.
Like, the landlord, the cable bill's not going to be like, well, we're prepping for doomsday, you know? So
there's no money in that.
I couldn't use my phone for 3 hours, you know? So I just go with the flow.
Right.
I just got to work, man. I wish I didn't, but yeah.
Yeah, if you keep yourself busy with working and just focus on your job, in a weird way, I don't know about you, Stacey, but in a weird way, I feel guilty doing that because everybody else is, you know, you better watch out tomorrow. And then you go through the whole day and they're all paranoid and you know, like you, right? We survived.
Yeah, we're here, man. I'm here. If they come knocking, it is what it is. Listen, I say it all the time. Both my parents died right before they were 50.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm 46.
Oh, no.
So I got like 3 or 4 years in me. So if it comes before that, I could use the break anyway.
You said that on 2 weeks ago.
Man.
You said something like to the effect, I'm ready to go. And then I think, Tony, you said, are you serious? What are you talking about, pal?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like now we're thinking, like I know you're thinking like I'm thinking, like is this, should we step in? Because we'll be feeling like we should have stepped in at this point, right? In case, God forbid, something, you know what I'm saying? Like
I'm not putting the exhaust hose into the back window.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not doing that. But what if the doomsday people are coming? Like,
what are you gonna do?
I got a couple shotguns. I'm not, you know, I don't have M16s.
Right.
So if it's gonna take me out, it's gonna take me out. I'm okay with it, you know.
That's a good outlook.
That's a good outlook. And here's my question. And this is a great question for anybody. Say I stock up my food in the basement, okay? You look on the internet, they have all these packages, you know, survival kits.
We've stocked up canned goods, all that.
You have all that?
Like 5 different times.
Oh, okay.
And they fucking expire. So I'm like, how many times are we going to do this? Like, and we don't buy any cheap shit. It's all organic from Whole Foods. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so it's like,
so you're like us.
You too?
Yeah, Trader Joe's and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like we're going to live longer, right?
Yeah, it's, again.
There's no preservatives.
There's no preservatives.
Well, that's the thing. Do you want to be, if there's an apocalypse or everybody's zombies, do you want to be a survivor?
That's what I was saying.
I don't want to live through that craziness.
And on just like you said, if you have a basement full of food and water and all that stuff, right? Say you have 2 years supplies. You don't think that your neighbors and everybody's going to come over, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I mean.
No.
That's exactly what I mean.
Nobody else,
craziness.
right, they're going to come and kill you and take you.
When they're coming down the block, I'm stripping down, getting in the hot tub naked, and I'm gonna light up a blunt and just take me out. I'm ready to go. At least I'll be in what I was happy in, my hot tub with a big fat blunt in my hand.
He died naked and unafraid.
If they're gonna see me naked like that, you know, like, hey, let them get scared for a little bit.
I'm finding Stacey Price, and then I'm getting naked. That's what I'm doing.
Thanks, Tony.
So I don't know if you know. Do you ever meet Stacey Price?
I never met. I don't know what she looks. I can't see it.
Can you turn the screen? Stacey's awesome. Stacey is.
What's up, Jay?
Hi, Stacey.
How
I
you
never
doing?
met. No,
we took a comedy class together with John Truson right here at Governor's. And you know the whole the class was great. Everybody in the class was great. And every time there was a comic on the stage, you know, her laugh was awesome. I didn't have no idea who it was because it's dark in there. You know, I just keep hearing this laugh. It's a great laugh. Then I go up and I hear this laugh. I'm like, that's such an awesome laugh, you know. And then she goes up and I see who she is, and her comedy is really, really funny. So I'm like, this girl is like perfect. Then I found out she does a podcast.
Oh, nice.
So she has her own podcast. What's your podcast about?
Price on Purpose. It's about like motivation, mindset, and just getting to your next level of self.
It's a positive, uplifting. So it's basically her personality. Her podcast
it's inspirational.
Right. So your podcast is you. It's basically what you do.
So you're Aaron Rodgers manifesting shit and everything.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he's manifesting. He's coming back in 3 months from the Achilles injury. Because that's what he does.
Seriously?
He's into that
positive thinking.
Yeah, the power of positive thinking.
All right,
all
I mean,
that.
we'll see. I think he should just be, done, but whatever.
So then you guys started doing the podcast together?
So I was talking in the parking lot. This is weird. I told this story about 20 times, but you never heard it. So long story short, we're in the front of Governor's after a show, and she's like, "You have a comedy podcast?" I said, "Yeah, it's right here at Governor's." She's like, "Oh, really? I have a comedy." So we talked. I'm like, "You should come on my show." It's like, "Yeah, all right." So definitely, you have to come on my show. You're awesome. So I said, I'm gonna start advertise. I'm gonna advertise that you'll be on next Tuesday, whatever. And then I said, "What's your name?" She goes, Stacy, right?
Price.
And her last name's the same last name as my mom, who just recently passed away.
Oh, wow.
And when she said
Spelled the
Stacy
same way.
Price, spelt the same way. I don't know any other Pryce.
Which is rare.
So it was just kind of a weird thing, like you say things are meant to be type of.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow.
So I just followed it, and she's awesome. So she's a good friend, and I haven't talked to you in a while, and you're still the same old Stacy. So that's awesome.
What else am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Are you in a different state or?
No, I'm literally out on Long Island, but I couldn't make it in time. So
Yeah, I asked her today.
I was like, "Yo, can you zoom? And
Yeah.
he's like, "Yeah." I
Nice.
was like,
Technology,
"Oh, shit."
technology brought Stacy here.
Nice.
Yes.
So yeah, we have to work together again, definitely.
Absolutely.
Now I heard through the grapevine you're not really doing stand up anymore.
Well, I'm on a break. Okay. Break. 'Cause
You never
there's
quit.
a lot going on. Well, I'll talk to you about it later.
Yeah, you can't quit.
I'm not gonna quit.
No,
Oh,
you
I'm
can't.
gonna
It doesn't
quit.
happen. I quit. You know how many times I quit comedy? not quit because I wanted to quit, but I just couldn't do it because I had no time. How long you been?
I've literally still been writing, so don't.
All right, keep writing.
quitting.
That's all. That's what it's all about. How long you been doing comedy, Jay?
March 10th next year will be 7 years.
Wow, that's awesome.
With the
Nice.
with the 1 year off for the
COVID?
pandemic,
Right.
yeah, whatever it was.
And what got you started in doing stand up?
I met a guy named Frank Macri. We worked together, and I'd be out smoking, and people would listen to me laughing. And some guy I knew that worked there too, Bill Bonfanti, he was like, "Yo, you guys should do comedy together," because Frank used to produce shows. So he was like, "You want to do it?" I was like, "I do." So he introduced me to Paul Bond. I did 6 minutes, and then Terry McNeely told me that Carrie Carravas helps people, and then Carrie headlined my second show that I ever did. I did 8 minutes in front of 300 people. I did pretty well. too.
Wow.
Nice.
And
Second show?
Second show ever.
Wow.
She came up
That's
after.
amazing.
She's like, "How long you doing this?" I'm like, "This is my second show." She's like, "You're really good. This is what you're meant to do. You're a
Wow.
fucking natural. Keep going. If you need help, here's my number."
That's awesome.
And here we are, I did a lot of bringer shows. People shit on me. I did the bringer shows. But on those bringer, I was always in a paid spot, whether it was hosting, middling, closing the show. So I'm grateful to John Butera. He put me on. He worked me a lot, man. Even when I was not really a professional, he worked me every weekend pretty much, religiously. There was 1 month where he didn't book me for anything, and I'm like, "Yo, what's going on?" So I texted him. I'm like, "Bro, what's good?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, no, I gotta take a break." I'm like, "All right, whatever, I understand." And I did some auditions for like Laughter Saves Lives, and he booked me on some
Nice.
out-of-state gigs. And then Rick Morgan saw me on a Butera show, and he auditioned me, and then he's been booking me, and then finally, almost 2 years now, a year and a half, I got in here and got passed, and religiously I work pretty much.
Here?
Yeah. thank
Governor's
God.
Comedy Club?
Yeah, Governors.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
thank God. It's the greatest thing ever.
Yes, this place is like a dream come true. Governor's Comedy Club.
and
yeah.
like I was late. You told me to be here at 8:30. Normally I show up early. Tony will attest to. But I
you
did
attest.
something. I opened for Vicky Botetto here in August.
Wow.
And he takes pictures with everyone.
Okay.
So trying to make it faster, I was helping take pictures. So some people saw me. They were like, "We want to take a picture with you, bro. You were mad funny."
Wow.
And they followed me. The guy messaged me. He goes, "How do I do this?" So I said, "There's a class. They do it at the brokerage or in McGuire's. Here's the info." He signed up. I said, "If you do it, message me. I'll come support."
Nice.
So I went, supported, and his whole group of friends was like, "Oh, Fat Jay really came to see you."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like I think, they
Yeah.
think it's the smoke and mirrors of the social media.
Yeah.
Like I'm somebody. They gave him a standing ovation.
Nice.
He had a great time, and that's what it's about, And now I got to inform him about the sickness because you can catch that really quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turn into, Arnie Price, Price.
PRIC.
Completely, girl,
Not PRY.
completely different.
Spelled differently. Relax.
Whew, he's a nutbag, but that's, so yeah, I tell them, so that's what I did, and it feels good, like the people are like, "Oh, I can't believe you came out." Yeah, like I'm somebody, like
We
I
are,
live 4
but we
minutes
are
down the
somebody,
road.
right? I mean, come on. We're somebody. Tony, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony's probably scratching his head like, oh,
We're all somebody, man.
whatever you
Yeah.
say.
I'm just a big blimp living my dream, so it's all good.
You know what happens? Your kids get old and they realize that you're not everything you said you were. You know, like they realize the Ducks aren't professional baseball.
I don't have any of those.
I got 3 kids at home. It's like you always talk a big talk, and then your kids get old enough to realize that I was pulling their leg.
You're not Superman anymore.
No. And I used to take them to Ducks games and tell them it was a professional baseball game, and now they're old enough to realize, because I was paying $7 a seat. You only get away with that stuff so long.
Now you got to go to the Mets or the Yankees.
Yeah, now I got to go to the Island
payment
on Friday. I'm going to the Islander game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so my daughter's an Islander fan. I try not to get him into sports because I can't afford it.
It's too much. It's way too much.
Right.
Even to watch it online, it's too much.
Right. I would take it to the Newbridge Ice Rink and just watch whatever game's going on. You know,
Save a couple bucks.
but then they get older and they realize that there's professional teams out there.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't hide it forever.
Well, you're not lying. The Ducks are professional. It's just not Major League Baseball.
Right. And, you know, I mean, you could get, for the price of one dinner at the Citi Field, shows you how long I've been there. For the price of one dinner over at Citi Field, you could get 5 dinners over at the Duck Stadium.
It's true.
Oh, yeah.
Not the trash.
Ducks is a bargain.
Yeah.
Good time, though. No, it's
I have a good time
at Ducks.
It's all about being outside and enjoying the weather, you know.
Have you seen those
Exactly.
banana people?
No.
So
There's banana people out there?
there's a baseball team called the Savannah Bananas.
Okay.
Oh, boy. I'm
Now,
looking this up
supposedly it's just a minor league team.
Right.
But it's more in like the Ducks type of thing. I don't know but they're like the Globetrotters of baseball is like the best way to describe it. And then like some of the like Johnny Damon played for them. So you could buy the tickets for $25. They played in Staten Island.
Oh, yeah, I
So
did hear about it. Yes.
But they were sold out in like 37 seconds. And then they were going for $800 on StubHub. And it's like a
What?
general admission.
General admission
But
fee.
it's the biggest thing going, and they were selling out everywhere.
I do remember that.
And yeah, it's like it's the Globetrot. Like the ball gets on fire somehow as they're throwing it in from the outfield to nail them at home, you know. So, but
They're trying to make it more entertaining. Baseball is entertaining enough, I would think.
yeah, people say it's slow, but
Yeah, a lot of people don't like it. Like, I know my girlfriend doesn't like baseball. She's like, what's going on here? I don't get it.
but the playoffs have been killer this year. Granted, I guess the Diamondbacks and the Phillies shouldn't be in it, but listen, it's been fun. I listen every night. I'm a big baseball fan. That's my sport.
I think any sport when it comes to playoffs is pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's when the
Definitely
real game
baseball.
starts.
Definitely. And
Yep.
I'm sorry?
That's when the real game starts.
That's when it really matters, you know?
Yeah. Everything else is like we're just figuring stuff out. But
Right.
when
It's
you
just-
make the playoffs, now the competition.
Now
begins.
now it's game on.
Exactly.
What are the other 85 games for?
That's what I want to know.
They're for us to come out and spend some money.
Yeah.
Like
it's
if
to
I
pay for
was
the
Chappelle
playoffs.
though, if I was like Dave Chappelle famous type
Right.
thing, like I would want to do the Diamondback Stadium. I would do a show there because after like they clinch the playoffs, they all jump in the pool. And then if I was Chappelle, I'd just jump in the pool afterwards and smoke a blunt and just chill. Like I did that. Like
Bloods on bloods on blood.
Who are your inspirations? So I think you already said that your friends from work got you into stand-up comedy.
Yep.
But like growing up,
my
did you-
friend, I was a big Def Comedy Jam guy because back in
Really?
the day. Oh yeah, I dated the sisters for a long time.
Roger
And,
that, sir.
But it was Biggie's fault, you know. Biggie, I was always into the hip hop music, and then Biggie came out, fat, black, ugly as ever, and then my life changed. And then black
My
girls,
inspiration.
get a little nails did, hair did, and they love you forever, So I enjoyed that. But like Paul Mooney was like my favorite.
Nice.
His little Timmy story with the chocolate cake.
Yeah.
I watched him do that live in Harlem, and 4 white
Insane.
people came in late, and like you could tell they were hootie tootie white people, and they had no idea he was talking about them. And he goes, "Look at these motherfuckers always saying we're late." He goes, we'll get rid of them, and he goes into that joke and murdered, and literally they got up and left. I was the only white guy in the crowd, and he killed I watched him for 2 hours my cheeks hurt from laughing so hard. And I was just like, wow, like that is just sick.
That is 2 hours, man. That's pretty sick.
And yeah, I always wanted to tell my story. And then when I started doing comedy, they told me don't talk about being fat.
Right.
And I'm like, nah, like that's my whole shit.
Right. That's your shirt.
Yeah, like that's my whole thing. Like I'm all like I want to do comedy like Biggie talked about it. Like,
Right.
you know.
Right. Yeah,
Like,
I got you.
know,
Yeah.
because like my girlfriend's hot.
Nobody believes in you.
How did I get
Right.
so lucky? She's a
Right.
fucking nutbag type shit, you
Right.
know? And that's what it is. Like, I wanted to tell my story.
Right.
And
As you should.
yeah, I'm just enjoying it. And
Now, I'm not gonna be mean or personal, but were you heavy growing up as a kid?
I was fat all the time.
Like kindergarten, first grade, second grade, all that?
Yeah, I'll pull
No,
out.
I mean, no, I was wondering. Like, so you had to deal with stuff like that your whole life.
I've been fat my whole life. The fat.
I don't consider, I mean, I don't really, do you? I mean, I'm just, can you see in here, Stacy, can you see? I'm being honest. I don't consider him to be really fat, though.
I'm not like.
He's like, yo, you got to get
I'm not breaking the chair. I mean, I can
I'm being
break
honest.
some chairs.
I'm
but
being
not-
honest. I know some fat people.
Like that's me fat when I was a little
Nah,
kid.
that's a cute kid, man.
But I was husky. Like
Yo,
we shopped in the
he's
husky
rocking it.
section.
He's
You know.
rocking it. He's rocking it.
Like Hurricane Gloria, you didn't have any problems, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
I was in the
I was like.
I was in the
6
neighbor's
when that
bushes.
happened. Like I guess 10 here.
Okay, yeah.
You know, I had the titties.
Right.
Oh, man.
Did they get made fun of and stuff like that?
Always.
Okay.
Yeah, we were the fat guys. The fat people were made fun of. This is a baby picture, so I was a little chubby kid, but not
Not bad. No. So
turn into this. Here we are.
what I was going to say
Here
was
we are.
comedy. A lot of times, like as you get older, it's because you had a hard childhood. Like you know what I'm saying. Like my childhood was. My dad's the only one that's alive, so he's the only one who can hear this. But my childhood was nuts, man. You know, and then I'm a comedian or comedian wannabe, but I'm a comedian. I'm doing this stuff, you know.
Like my father was a heroin addict. In
Okay,
the
so
early
you had a
70s.
tough life.
Yeah, my mother was a coke addict
Okay.
in the 80s. So like if I ever do like an urban room, I've done shows in Harlem. I go out like, wow, it's so weird to be here, the only white guy. Brings me back to my childhood when I used to go visit my dad upstate. We were the only white people there too, you know.
Right.
But yeah, that's so that's why the hip hop music. That's why
You like
That's
Biggie
dope.
Smalls?
I went into that, you
Yep.
know, and drugs was always a part of my life.
Right. Right.
Like I tell story. My mother was a bus driver on Long Island. Like Thursday night they would start partying, happy hour, party all fucking night, blow, drinking, get up, drive kids to school on Friday.
Damn,
like-
gangster.
Like
Still able to get the kids to
yes,
school?
yeah. I remember, and she used to drive the minibus home. They used to give her the minibus.
Right.
I'll never forget. We were in Spanish Harlem. They were in an apartment building. All of a sudden, DEA, FBI raided this
What?
building. And I'm just sitting in the bus. I'm like 7 years old. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, how? And the only thing I could think of is my grandmother, when she finds out about this, is going to kill my mother. Like, that's the only thing
Right.
I could think about.
Right.
Interesting.
And all of a sudden, 2 hours later, here come my mother and her friends. They got the blow. They're doing blow. DEA, FBI. I'm like, whatever. But yeah, that was my childhood. But it made me who I am. So
Right.
I'm
Right.
not.
Right.
I'm okay with it.
That's how I look at things too. I look at it like it made me who I am today.
Yeah, I'd love to be the
Exactly.
rich kid, you
Right.
know.
But you
silver
wouldn't be happy.
spoon.
That don't mean shit. I actually I got a little sick story. I'll tell you real quick.
Go ahead.
Let's hear it.
My daughter's 16. She's learning how to drive.
Oh,
Okay, and
He said, "Oh."
I taught my other two kids how to drive, and they were great. And my friend was telling me he taught his kids how to drive at the cemetery. So today, believe it or not, I could put the video up. I took she drove to the cemetery from my house from Massapequa to Farmingdale, and then we got to the cemetery, and that's where we did the right turn, stay on the right side of the road, all the practicing in the cemetery. And what you just said is exactly what you just said. She just broke up with a boyfriend too. I said, listen, you could be the rich kid. You could be, you could have nothing. You could be a homeless guy. You could live in Nassau Shores. You could live where we live. You could live in an apartment complex somewhere. And I said, stop the car. She goes, what? I go, look to your right. I said, everybody's the same, man. You know, look at all those heads. We're all the same. We all have, everybody had money in the bank. Everybody had, but at the end of the day, and not to be morbid or anything like that, it doesn't matter.
It's the truth.
It doesn't matter. So anyway, that's my inspirational talk.
It's the truth.
I dig it.
But I'll tell you, if you got money, it does make your life a little easier. I'm not gonna.
Oh no, it does. It does. And well, the other thing I told Stacey before is that you know, like don't be stingy with your money, and you know, like don't not go on vacation. You know, live your life now. You know the deal. I mean, everybody knows the deal. I hate to get personal like that, but
that's my problem. I just work.
You have to, man. You have to enjoy yourself.
Yeah,
My
too,
grandfather
Jay.
instilled like this old school. Like I remember, I wanted to hang out. I worked in the summer when I was a kid, and I wanted to hang out with my friends because everyone would go to the beach chilling, and I was always working. So one day I called out sick, and I went and hung out at my friend's house till everyone was going out. All of a sudden, this mother on the street honking the horn.
Who?
My grandfather.
He got you.
Like, you called out sick, and I'm like, oh man.
Oh snap! The
So
one
I'm like,
day.
yeah.
We got a lot in common because I was the only one that was working too. I was the only one, consumers distributors. I was Cablevision. I was climbing telephone poles. All my friends are up, you know, skiing and doing fun stuff.
Yeah.
So through I had to because I had to pay for my basement apartment.
Yeah, I moved out when I was young because they didn't want me.
do.
My grandparents didn't want me there. You know, they raised their kids, as my grandfather used to say. And I used to be like, well, if you did a better job, I wouldn't be here, bud.
Oh.
But, you know.
So just in case my dad's listening, my parents were great. And there was no drugs in my house, thank God, knock on wood. But there was a lot of craziness. Like, you ever watch The Pink Panther? Do you ever watch The Pink Panther with Peter Sellers?
Yeah.
Remember when Peter Sellers would come home and he didn't know where the guy was hiding, and he'd jump out and get him?
Yep.
That's the kind of stuff I dealt with. But for real, it was like I never knew. My dad had this thing with scaring us and stuff. So I had this thing where I never trusted anything. I don't trust anything anywhere.
Yeah.
Because nothing was ever what it seemed. You know, it'd be like a nice Entenmann's cake on the table, you know, and you open it up and there's bugs on it. So, you know, he'd do something like...
Oh.
It was always everything was a joke. You know, you go into the bathroom, use the bathroom, and there'd be like a scarecrow on the toilet, scare that crap out of you.
Oh, no.
So everything in my house was a booby trap. I never trusted anything. And that's why today I tiptoe around. Everywhere I go, I'm tiptoeing.
So
I don't trust anything.
State of anxiety.
Yeah, I don't trust anything, man. And also, as a kid, you probably, I don't know if you ever heard of this saying, kids are to be seen and not heard.
Not heard.
Yeah, that was a big, so I always kept my mouth shut. And here I am, an adult, and I still keep my mouth shut. Like, I'll be hanging out in the green room here, I won't say 2 words. Because I still have that mentality of shut up.
I feel you on that. Remember the story I told you about my dad being on the phone, and he like threw an orange down the stairs for us to shut up?
Yes, I do remember that. But that's why
we weren't supposed to make any sounds. Are you kidding me?
I do think that all these things are the reason why we are doing stand-up comedy, or we're doing like the stuff we're doing Price on Purpose. We're actually, because comedy's helping people laugh. Price on Purpose is helping people feel better. It's all like we're all, and it's
literally laughing at the pain that you've been through. And that's the beauty of like, whether it's you or Jay telling your story, it's like, you know, you don't realize like how many people are going to resonate with it. And you're telling their story as well, or something similar, and that's how we connect. You know what I mean?
Yep. We all have the same brains, and nobody else understands. And you could probably, what's the word? Validate this. Is that nobody else has a brain like a comic?
Yeah, I actually just watched today the Greg Giraldo Dark Side of Comedy.
Right.
Like that guy was
I
he
heard
was like
of
a
that.
Harvard
I didn't see it yet,
law.
though.
He was a Harvard law graduate, super duper smart. Everyone says he was so brilliant. And I'm dumb, but I guess I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. I'm more street smart than book smart.
Right.
But I guess if I applied myself into the book smarts, I could. Because I applied myself to the street life, and you know, you adapt to that.
Right. So whatever you apply yourself to, you can do it if you put yourself into it.
Yeah.
It all takes time.
Yeah.
That's weird. But as far as comedy, though, like if I write a joke, nobody else anywhere else in my life can understand it. But if you come here on stage or you come here and talk to you guys, you'll get it, and you'll give me a tag or a punchline, and other people are like, "What the hell is he talking about?"
Yeah.
You know.
Sick. But it works. That's how it
Tags,
works.
punchlines.
Yeah, you help each other out. That's why that comedy class
Exactly.
is awesome. John Truson's comedy class is awesome.
Heck yeah.
We had a great
Amazing.
time in there.
Oh, so much fun.
You come up with
So much
ideas.
fun.
Yeah, you come up with one idea, and next thing you know, you got yourself 5 minutes,
Yeah, it's like you write jokes and you don't even know you're writing them, to tell you the truth. Like, or you don't even know that something from your story or your childhood could be a joke.
Right.
Until like you work, through it and you're like, oh my God, that's a bit.
Yep. 100%. So, what? Good times, bad times. What is your best moment on stage? And then we'll follow. Well, actually, we should start. What's your worst moment? No, what's your best moment on stage? On stage, like
Good.
what's your best? Governor's Comedy Club's awesome. That's what I would say personally. Going on out on Governor's on a Thursday night when the place is packed.
For real.
What's your?
Yeah, one of those nights. I mean, Victi Botetto I opened for. That was sold out. That was amazing.
So
I did 25 minutes.
You were on stage in a sold house
25
show.
minutes.
Sold out, and he was on Facebook Live doing a live video trying to sell the rest of the tickets for the 9:30 show.
Right.
And you could hear me just killing
Wow.
in the video.
Wow.
And then there was my video that I sent out to get into the Orlando Comedy Festival. Tony was the host. It was a Sunday night.
In Orlando. Oh, here.
No, here.
Okay.
And it was a murder. It was literally just like, you could have went out and been like, you guys suck, fuck you.
Yeah.
But one of the best was, Tony was there too. My little nephew, 7 years old. Oh, yeah. They booked me to do a camp show.
Okay.
And like I said before, while the intros, I'm a fuck guy. I drop fuck all the time. Peter Bales, Carrie yells at me all the time. You don't need to say fuck so many times.
I made that mistake Thursday.
So
Yeah.
And she's the best, but she's the worst. I'll perform in front of anyone. I don't care.
Right.
I get nervous in front of her because I will eat my ass.
Yep.
She knows I just ate my ass. I'm well aware I just ate.
Yeah.
She would come over. So how do you think you did tonight?
Right.
I'm like, I want to murder myself right now. You know how I fucking did tonight. Leave me alone.
Right.
And she's tough, but she will set you up. And when you kill, she'll tell you kill.
And you need that. What she says
And that's what
and how
Terry
she handles
McNeely
it.
told
I need
me
that.
about her.
Yeah.
She's that hard,
Yeah.
old school. She'll yell at you.
That's
But
good.
it made me who I am.
Yeah.
But she'll also, the other side of that too, she'll tell you what worked. And
you'll see,
yeah.
like, it's so crazy. To me, like, again, other people were there. I wasn't there, but Dave Attell was performing. She was in the audience. And he's like, yo, Karavis, how do you think I'm doing right now?
Oh, really?
Like, that type of shit.
Yeah.
Chris Roach will be up there, and he'll be like, Carrie, can you go watch me? And then she'll take notes. And he'll come back. They go over on the side, and this is a guy who's touring with Kevin James.
Right.
But one little word changes the whole show.
Oh, hell yeah.
does.
Like, I used to do this. I do this nail salon bit where I throw my foot up. The Asian people are talking about me in the nail salon. Oh, such giant man. How come such little tiny feet? And that's really the punch, but there was more, and I knew I could get more.
Out of it, yeah.
So I used to be like, Ling Ling from the station next to us chimes in with, shit don't grow under the shade. And it never really hit.
That's good.
Now I do. I got good news and bad news. What do you want first? Good news. I didn't split my pants. You can't see my tie. Bad news. I'm fucking stuck. And I'm pear-shaped. And now my leg is up on the stool. And I get it up pretty high. And people are like, how is this even possible? But it murders. Those two little words just change
the whole
everything.
thing.
Yeah.
You notice those two
Absolutely.
stories, though, his best times on stage, that I was there for both. So I think there's a common denominator.
Yeah, so
Good luck,
I got
Chum.
to bring my
Good luck,
nephew.
Chum.
Hey, good
I got
luck,
to bring my
Tony.
nephew when because he's 7.
Okay.
And he hears the Fat J. He watches the podcasts, and he wanted to see. He's like, "What do you do?"
Right.
So, and like I say, I talk about it. It's my dream. So when my family's there, they support me. And he was like, "When can I come?" So they came to Jones Beach, but it was a little different because we were opening, and now he always sees I'm here. What is this? So I asked when they booked me, can I bring him? Because it was a
Right.
kid show. How they booked me for that, I don't know. But the kids fucking loved me, didn't they, Tony?
They absolutely they did.
They
certainly
loved
did.
me, loved me, and he sat there and James and his wife were up there with their grandkids came.
Okay.
So he sat with them. My nephew sat with them. We brought him on Knock 'em Dead first.
Okay.
Then we hung out in the green room. Then he went out and watched. And they were like just watching him watch you. He was just so enthralled with watching you. And then I brought him on stage with me. And when we left, they were cheering. They were chanting my name.
Right.
And then he goes, "You get paid for this?"
Right.
I was like, "Yeah." So now
Amazing.
James was like, "Hey, can I come back?" To James.
Yeah.
James was like, "You come back anytime you want."
Nice.
So now he's like, "When can I come back?" The guy said I could sit with the girls at his table. So I'm like, one day. But yeah, it was those. Yeah.
That's the best moments.
Yeah.
So what's funny? This might sound this is weird, but it's true. My kids know I do stand up a little bit. Like I came here with my daughter on a Friday night to see a show. My friend Eric Taglione was on the show.
Yep.
And it was a Friday night. Everybody was doing their own thing. So I'm like, hey, let's go to Governor's. Different than the movies and stuff like that. She's 16. So my wife and I and her, we came down. We sat up in the back. Place was packed. Excellent show. Laughing from the beginning to the end. She was laughing. She loves to laugh. She has a great sense of humor. And I'm sitting at the table and I realized she's never seen me up there. And I said, Sarah, do you know that I do that too? She's like, here? I go, yeah. I go, that guy Eric's my friend because Eric killed. Eric Tartaglione killed. I go, I'm friends with him. Then he came over to the table and talked to us. My daughter's like, you know him?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's my friend Eric. And I'm thinking to myself, on the bucket list, I got to take them to a show that I'm on because they have no clue.
Oh, yeah.
They've never seen me on stage.
Yeah.
Years ago, I played ice hockey. Now, I was on a really good team. We won the championships. And I joined again just so they'd come watch me play hockey. I want them to have a memory of me playing ice hockey. And they never went to one game.
Of course.
So it was a waste of time.
Of course.
But now they're older. And I just give them the memory of seeing me on stage somewhere,
That's it.
Because they really don't know because I don't talk about it. At home, I'm the one that's saying brush your teeth and all that garbage.
You're just dad.
I'm dad, right. You do your homework, shut it off. It's too late.
Can't be
get
dad
to bed.
comedian.
I have two older niece and nephews. They've only seen me do like the little room when it was the little room.
Yeah.
But now they're in college, so they never got to see me. Now I'm like, bro, you got to come now. Like I'm in the main room. Like,
and they'll never forget it. They'll never forget it.
So they haven't come yet, but they'll be here soon. Hopefully.
That's the cool part too. Not to use my kids' friends, but you talk about bringer shows. My daughter's in college now. And a lot of the kids are all
bring your friends.
But like my dad's gonna be at Covenants tonight. They might bring like 30 people.
Yeah.
And where I work, nobody knows where I work. I work in the same place for 30 years.
And no one knows
I don't tell anybody anything, man.
Well, you use a fake name, I think.
I do. Because, the main reason why I did that was two reasons why I did that. One was because I was doing like reality shows, and I needed a fake name because I was doing reality shows that were supposed to be real.
Okay.
So you can't Google me and see that's BS, man. This guy's a DJ. This guy's working with disabled kids. Okay. So I needed it back then. They told me I needed a stage name.
Okay.
And the other reason was when I was doing stand-up, when I first moved to Massapequa, I had little kids, and my wife's like, you can't put that stuff up on the internet. She's like, his coach Googles his name, and you pop up on stage talking about banging chicks. That's not going to be good.
Yeah.
So I was like, so maybe I should use the name for that too.
Okay.
So I separated the two. But now my daughter's in college, and
go back.
and I made the mistake Thursday night of realizing I can go back, and guess what I did? I said,
you still use Joey
I said,
Petroni?
no, I said the F curse. I said the F curse. She's like, do you realize how many times you said fuck tonight? I'm like, oh shit. So, my daughter's in college, so I'm like, fuck crazy. I'm like, fuck this, fuck that, fuck.
And it's always in front of her. Oh my God.
Carrie's awesome. She's awesome.
The best.
Yeah. And thanks to you, I am friends with Carrie right now. And Don Sill. Thanks to Don Sill. I'm in a movie, Comic Sans with Don Sill.
Yep.
And that's the first time I met Carrie. And with Carrie, what happened was I was at Westbury watching Vic DiPotetto.
Okay.
With my wife, went to Westbury, and Carrie was on before him, and she was, you know how Carrie is. I mean, she destroyed.
Murder.
She destroyed.
Murder.
My wife is laughing so hard that she's crying, and she's like, "You have
Amazing.
a napkin?" I'm giving her a napkin and she's wiping her face. She's like, and then I said, I think I know her. She's like, you don't know her. My wife's always negative. You don't know her. No, I think I do. I think she's at Governors. You don't know her. So after the show's over, we're walking past her, and I was like, you know what? To my wife, in my head, I'm like, hey, how you doing? you do me a favor, pretend you know me. She's drinking. My wife's drinking a wine. You know, my wife's drinking a wine over there. She's getting. Do me a favor, just pretend you know me. And I'm really funny. You know. So she comes over and she's like, "Oh, Joey's the best. He's so funny." Whatever. But we took a picture together. And my wife was like, driving home. She's keeping her mouth shut. So then I was in Comic Sans with Carrie. That was the second time. And then
we were at a 4th of July party.
No, but tell the story how that happened.
So I needed a DJ.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't know, I saw Tony.
And you were, so Tony's my good luck charm too.
And I'm like, I need a DJ for this private gig. And it was so last minute. Tony's like, call Joey Petroni. I'm like, I don't even know him. So I'm like, well, could you hook it up, whatever, see? And he was like, yeah. So then he gave me a number.
Right.
And then, we got you there. And Carrie was the headliner. And I had even said, if you want, do some comedy before.
Right.
Because it was I was booked here, so I couldn't do that. So I got Eric Tartaglione.
Right.
And then I had my girlfriend go get the money from the guy.
Right.
Make sure everything went well.
Yeah.
And then I think Palmer was there, too.
Palmer was there.
And Carrie's just she's just...
So...
And then we were swimming... at our 4th of July party.
Yeah, well, what happened the night of the DJing was that she's like, I didn't know you were a DJ. I'm like, yeah. She's like, I was talking to her, became friendly with her. And then I wound up getting invited to a 4th of July party. And when I told my wife, I go, guess what?
Oops. Yup.
Yeah. It's like, what?
We have to go.
Yeah, right. I dropped everything. I mean, I could have done, I didn't want to. I could have done a cruise ship out of Freeport for like whatever. But, and she's like, you're not doing that. Give it away. Because my wife, you got to pick and choose. You can't work all the time. So I gave it to a friend of mine. Yeah. I really didn't want to go on it's a pain in the ass carrying your DJ equipment on a ship.
I can only imagine. It's
a pain in the neck.
Yeah.
It's not worth the money, So I gave the job away and went to Carrie's 4th of July party. And the whole night I was like, I'm not going. I had no intentions of going up. Were you there when I went up?
I don't think so. Oh no, I was there.
Were you there?
Yeah,
I had no intention.
Yeah.
I haven't done stand up in a long time, so I was like, so I think Rich Walker said, just go up. And at the very end, he's like, it was over, and I was like, all right, that's cool. I'm out. I'm gonna watch the fireworks. And then Rich was like, just go up. He gave me the mic, and my daughter was there, so I went up. And I did not know what the hell I was doing for like a year of not doing stand up.
I cursed too much. There was kids
in the backyard.
Yeah, I talked about banging my girlfriend.
Oh.
Yeah,
like,
She yelled at me. I go, I didn't want to do this, Carrie. You had a fucking singer. Sorry you didn't pay him for long enough.
She said to me, she goes, I didn't even realize you did stand up. She's like, I thought you just hung out around comedians and you liked the scene. I didn't know you did stand up. And she's like, and she thought I was good. She's like, so I became very friendly with her. Now she's helped me go over. I have 30 years of material. So she's helped me go over.
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't even know what to pick to bring to her house,
And she's the best.
Absolute best. And I needed something like that because I'm on my own. I have no idea. Nobody laughs at home. Not you guys do, but nobody outside of stand up. None of my coworkers or my family laugh at my stuff. They think it's stupid.
You have the intimidating look of the biker guy. Do you have a Harley?
I do have a Harley.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, you ride out on? I've never seen you.
Oh yeah, no, I ride it all the time. But that.
You have that intimidating look. People are like nervous.
He's not intimidated.
Right.
Nah.
But once once you talk,
Yeah, once you get to know me, I guess.
That's
I want to see the stand up because I know you were always
funny.
here back when I was starting out.
Right.
He is. He's funny.
I try, right, Stacy? You saw me.
You're funny.
You saw
I
me.
like the morbid stuff, man.
The morbid, yeah.
Funny.
That's a problem. I don't know all your material, but I know a lot of it. But the last stuff I wrote was all about 'cause my mom passed away. And I was just going on with what's on my mind, what's going through, and it's really funny. Carrie made this shit kill.
Oh, I know.
On Thursday night, I did it here, and it was okay. And then I did it in Long Beach for I forgot the comedian's guy. What's the guy who runs that place in Long Beach? It's a
Goldberg?
No, there's a guy who runs a show in Long Beach on Park Boulevard. I can't remember his name. Yeah.
I definitely don't.
What's his name?
Jeff Goldberg.
Yeah, his show. And I went out there and I did my regular stuff and it was great. And then I was like, let me do my new material about cemeteries and stuff. And the funniest thing is that in the front was a couple of older people, so I was hitting a nerve with it, I'm like, my mom's in a nursing home, blah, blah, blah. I was doing all that stuff that's sad, but it's funny. It's got a good punchline, but they were looking at me like I was mean, They were looking like,
Too funny.
he's a bully, you know? So I went back and I said, all right, no more cemetery stuff. And I went back into my other stuff. So it didn't work. But Carrie now has got it where it's going to work anywhere. She made it.
Wicked.
And,
Yes.
you know, she gave me, what's it called? I know it's funny now. Like, then I didn't know it was funny. Now I know it's funny. So thanks to Carrie.
She's killer. I have so much new stuff I need to work with her.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to get to that 45 an hour because I need to start headlining. That's the goal.
You will.
Yeah, that's the goal.
You definitely will.
Yeah,
You seem
definitely.
like you're really building, like for 7 years, Jay. Like I'm even looking at your Facebook page. Like I see you got like several shows coming up right now.
Yeah, I'm on the grind.
Like several. Like that's dope.
yeah.
Do you still do open mics?
I've never done an open
You
mic.
never did an open mic.
Never did an open mic.
Okay.
Honestly, I just don't. I didn't have the time. And then I would work with Carrie, and she would tell me that's not funny. And like you're like, but I laughed so hard, but that's not fucking funny.
Right.
So okay,
Right.
and then I was doing Butera shows, and the one thing was it was a lot of times it was the same people all the time. Because, you know, it's the bringer circuit. So
Right.
he's so their friends are coming. So one night, like, he had me closing, the Irish pub in Baldwin.
Right.
And I murdered. They wanted me back the next month. Of course, the night I murder, it's fucking packed. Like, it was like one of those good shows.
Yeah.
The ones that keep drawing you back in.
Right.
And then the next month, of course, there's fucking 7 people there. And there's 7 people that have seen me 42 different times. So I'm like, I have to do new material, but I have to do some other stuff in case the new material doesn't work. So I did 12 minutes of new material. Out of that 12 minutes, I got 5 minutes of new stuff.
Okay.
And then I just started going from there and just adding, like the nail salon joke came from Patchogue Fire Department. I had went and got a pedicure. I was murdering. I go, can I run this by you guys? It's brand new. If it dies, it dies. It never gets said again.
Right.
But if it works, and I'm 30 seconds in, some guy yells out, "It's fucking working!" And I'm like, oh, and there it is. And then like Kenny, one of the security guards here, he comes up to me. He goes, "You here tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Do something new. I know your shit by heart."
Oh, okay.
I'm like, wow, you're going to be that asshole?
Yeah.
So I did this edibles joke that I was thinking about in my head.
Right.
And it fucking murdered.
Nice. Oh, so your first time?
Yeah, my first time when
Doing it.
I did it. Yeah, it was yeah. He goes, you see, it worked.
Yeah.
And then every
That's
other, like,
dope.
I'll do something new. Like one night, I'm like, I was just thinking about it and I wasn't sure if it would work. But I was like, let me see. So I go, hey, you ever hear that old phrase, stupid questions get stupid answers? I'm a big believer. Someone asked me the other day, dumbest thing I ever heard, Jay, you want to join our pickleball league? And that was the punchline.
Right.
And it fucking murdered.
That's all you had to say.
And then I go, so I'm like, I have to add to it. I go, you mean wiffle tennis, you half a fag? I'd rather blow every guy in the fucking league. And it's been working. But now that's a whole nother minute.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So, yeah.
Do you run that past Carrie, or you just
I could
these
call
are
her.
spontaneous?
Sometimes I do it. You know, she's a big believer of try to do something new every time.
She's crying at that joke.
And I wasn't sure if and it's funny because I did that. It was an older crowd
Right.
at Brokerage. I did the pickleball thing. And this old lady right in the front goes, you know, there's a fat guy on my pickleball league. Just like that. I go, really, madam? So you could play. You should come play. I go, I barely want to stand up here right now. And then I talk about making brownies, weed edibles when we were in the 90s listening to Biggie. It was like eating ass before kids made eating an ass cool. This other lady from the other table goes, you should do that while you play pickleball. I go, what goes on in your fucking town, lady?
Right.
And then this guy comes up and goes, he was the youngest of the audience, goes, my friends at my job call it lady tennis. He goes, I sent a group text and goes, Fat Jay calls it wiffle tennis. And that's the name going forward. So I'm like, yeah, that's it, you know?
Wow.
Those are the things that feed the sickness.
Yes,
Oh my
it is a
goodness.
sickness, Stacy. Did you feel the sickness yet, Stacy?
I mean, yeah.
You know what we're talking about, right? It's like
it's like you're addicted to it.
you're addicted to
You
it.
gotta
It's like
keep going.
I've never jumped out of an airplane, went skydiving, but people compare it to that. Like,
Yeah,
you
it's
just
like
wanna go-
tattoos. When you get tattoos,
You can't stop.
get one, you get 7. Yeah,
Right, you can't stop.
Yep.
That's
I
why
got you.
That's why I don't have any tattoos.
Oh, yeah, I got 5.
Do you have?
I think.
Okay.
I think I have 5, from what I remember.
I'm
5?
going for
I gotta
another
count.
one.
Do you have one?
I got
Yeah.
a bunch. I got the Blimp It Ain't Easy tattoo.
Oh,
I
nice.
got
Nice.
a granny piece. I got an owl.
It's a way of life.
Nice.
But Rob White wants to do a circus elephant. So I was like, I'll let you do it on me, but I'm not paying $200. So he goes, well, I'll do it on you, and you could do my podcast while we're doing it. He just films whatever and shoots
Right.
the shit while he's tattooing.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm
That
like,
is
all right.
dope.
Yeah, I'll do a
That's
circus
dope.
elephant. I'm like an elephant anyway, you know?
Oh, jeez.
Who? My son's girlfriend just got a tattoo. Her cat passed away, and she got the cat on her thigh.
Oh,
No comment.
I was going to.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Well, Stacey, tell me if you
No.
what you don't like
I'm not
cats.
doing it.
You don't like cats.
No, it's just I can't. It's inappropriate. I can't.
I was going to. Oh, I know what you're going to say. There's a joke there. I got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I got the joke.
I'm no comment.
The only tattoo I was thinking of getting is I have a daughter named Grace and a daughter named Sarah, and my friend from high school has his daughter's names. It would have said Grace here and Sarah here, so you just go like that and it'd be kind of cool. But I never did it. I don't know. I didn't want to copy the guy, my friend. From
Give
college.
no good old.
Yeah.
You need one for the motorcycle club.
I was gonna get one that said "Mom" on my arm, you know.
Okay.
But
Oh, with the heart and like the little banner.
yeah, I was gonna do something. I don't know.
man.
Tony, you got tattoos?
You're not getting a tattoo, Joey.
The only thing that I consider to be a tattoo is on here, the socket where my stump sits. I have the Mets logo.
Oh, okay.
That's
Cool.
That's it.
Why wouldn't that be considered a tattoo?
Is it part of the?
It's part of the prosthetic leg.
Oh,
right.
okay,
So
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So I consider it a tattoo.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not. Yeah, it's not.
okay.
It's
but-
cool.
We're gonna label it as a tat moving forward.
I mean, I'd show it to you, but I'd have to
But it's
lower,
airbrush.
drop my pants. No, no, it's printed on.
Did you get needles?
No,
No. Oh, so it's like a.
all right. You know what?
No. Don't take it out. Don't take it out.
He's like, hold on, whip it out.
I don't like. You've never seen a guy in his underwear before. Who cares?
We're gonna
Look,
see.
so it's printed on.
Oh, all right.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. So I consider that my tattoo.
Big Met fan.
Huge Met fan. Well, no.
No,
yeah.
I have. You know, it's funny. I have. Well, I don't go in a different direction here, but I have an actual locker from Shea Stadium when they tore down Shea Stadium. I have a locker in my.
Get out, man.
Yes. And I told my wife
That's
when.
pretty dope.
Yeah, it's in my garage right now. I had Tommy
That's
Agee's. Tommy Agee's is in my friend's garage right now because it's big. It's a home locker. It's twice the size. So I have a.
That's pretty cool.
I have a way locker that was used by Barry Bonds, and
Oh, wow.
it's a really cool locker. But anyway, the reason why I'm bringing it up is my daughter's in college now. And 20 years ago, I told my wife one day it's gonna pay for my daughter's college, and she can't find the papers for the freaking thing.
Oh, Jesus.
No, we'll find them. Trust me, we'll find them. But so that was your best moment on stage at Governor's, and what was the other place? Governor's Comedy Club's definitely one of your best moments.
Yeah,
and
here. You know.
Yeah, so
And then I was just in Orlando. That was pretty sick too.
Orlando, Florida.
Yeah. And the owner comes up after. Goes, "Are you moving here?" I'm like, "No, I just came to visit." Well, when can you come back?
Really, really,
Dope.
I'm like,
Dope.
Yeah.
that's
That
awesome,
feels
man.
good.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, I don't want to bring the mood down, but that's your best.
What's the worst?
Good times, bad times.
Man, I've eaten my dick a bunch. Friday night, I ate my dick at the brokerage.
As far as what though? Like they didn't laugh, or
Yeah.
did you mess up, or they just
No,
laugh?
they just, I don't know. Maybe I did. I just went into the material and I didn't get, enough how you doing.
Okay.
I don't know. But yeah, it happens.
But if you know your material kills, and then
That's the craziest part. It's the sickest mind fuck of a business. You can do your shit in front of 100 people and kill. And then 2 days later, do the same thing verbatim. And they're staring
It just
at you like
doesn't
you got
resonate.
8 heads.
well,
Crazy.
that not to blame the audience because you have to love your audiences, but I would consider it to be the audience. I'm not gonna say the audience's fault, but the audience or the atmosphere. For some reason, the atmosphere
Right.
being a DJ on a Saturday night, I could play a set of music that will kill. Night parties are always kick-ass parties.
Yep.
Then you have a 1 to 5 party for like a 50th birthday party, 1 to 5 somewhere with the sun coming in through the window. You play the same set. The atmosphere sucks. Nobody's dancing.
Yep.
Nobody's dancing. And even doing the DJing since high school, you still feel it.
Yep.
But it's not us. It's the atmosphere for whatever reason in the room.
There's nothing worse than that one lady that goes, oh. They could be laughing hysterical, and it's that one lady goes, oh,
Yeah.
and you could hear that. And I'm like, just shut the fuck up and laugh. You know you want to laugh. If we were in high school, you were making fun of me, telling me, no, I can never date you, you slob.
Right.
And now you're fucking, oh, you feel bad. Oh, yeah, that's because your husband looks like me now. Just fucking laugh.
When you're on stage looking out at the audience, right? You're looking at everybody's laughing. Do you draw attention to the one guy who's sitting?
Oh,
like
always.
like this?
Always.
Oh damn!
Right?
Always. There's this guy Kaplan that comes in here. He swears he doesn't laugh.
Oh, really?
So he requested me
Yeah.
for his fundraiser.
Yeah.
And it was at McGuire's, so it was 2 fundraisers, his and someone else's. Thank God, because Kaplan brought like 3 people. So now he requested me. I'm going up, and he's not even in the fucking building. So I go up. I go, Kaplan. Kaplan raised $12 tonight, so he's out by the dumpster blowing people for $5 so he could get more money for his election. And I just went in on him. He comes in, and they're telling him what I said, and he's dying laughing at the table. I'm like, I thought you don't laugh, you fuck. But yeah, some people just don't laugh. You know?
Wait, he wasn't there,
He came. Yeah, he was outside smoking with his girlfriend.
and there were no,
And then he came in when I was like 2 minutes in after making fun of him.
and he really brought nobody to the.
Yeah, it was a light crowd for him. Yeah,
Really?
felt bad.
Wow. I
Nice
didn't hear
guy.
anything about that. I haven't talked to him since.
Nice
so.
guy. He's out on the roads, Tony. He's out on the roads.
Yeah,
you see him.
I see him.
Guy knows every fucking pothole in Suffolk County.
Every dent. Yeah.
But hey, what can you do? You know, that's what happens on Knock 'em Dead, Joey Petroni.
Knock him dead.
You meet guys who are trying to repair the road. I'm trying to be famous, but
What other talents do you have? Okay, you're definitely very funny. You're very
I can
funny.
cook. I can roll a mean blunt.
Word.
I don't know. That's really it.
See,
What are you cooking? I want to know.
Yeah,
What's
what do
I
your
used to
kitchen?
do during the pandemic. I actually did a cooking podcast with Cara Amore called "Chewing the Fat" with Cara and Fat Jay.
so you did videos.
Yeah, we made panty drop
Nice.
a chicken,
Okay.
Oh shoot!
and then we turned it into a keto thing because she was on keto. But yeah, so I went to cooking school. She went to the same cooking school, so we met, and that's when we started doing that. And then real
Nice.
life came back into play, and man.
Are you good? Are you a good cook, Stacy?
Find my way around the kitchen.
Do you
I
cook?
got seasoning.
Do
in
you
the
cook?
house. Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
you're-
just,
okay.
cooked today.
Okay.
We had fettuccine today. Not fettuccine. Sorry, no tortellini.
All right, and you made a homemade tortellini.
Absolutely not. No.
Oh. You boiled water. You boiled
I'm
water.
not that good at it. I boiled the hell out that water. Okay. We had tortellini.
I have.
I make mostly like Jamaican food.
Okay, that's cool. I love Jamaican food.
Yeah. So I actually have curry chicken season right
Oh.
now. So we're gonna let that sit for a little bit.
There's
Do
a
the
pl-
oxtails?
Oxtails.
No,
Are
no
you
oxtail,
Jamaican?
No oxtail.
You're
Yes,
Jamaican.
I'm Jamaican. Yes.
I'll tell you a funny Jamaican food story.
Please tell me.
My
a funny
good,
Jamaican food story.
my good brethren. They call him
Yes.
Scuffler. He's a reggae
Sound
artist.
Jamaican. Sound Jamaican.
He took me down back to the yard and like not resort Jamaica, like yard,
Oh, I know what you're talking
yard,
about.
real
I
like
know what you're
Kingston,
talking about.
Kingston finest. And so we get to his mother's house, and there's a goat in the front of the house.
Okay.
Oh,
So, we're
snap.
petting the goat and everything. And, like, we went to this reggae party that night. And I come home, I wake up, I go, yo, Mickey, where's the fucking goat, bro? He goes, in the garage, man, bleeding out. My mommy gonna cook it up tonight.
Oh,
Yeah, and we ate that fucking goat. I was like,
And it's
oh my
amazing,
God.
right?
And it was so good. Oh,
yeah.
Damn right it was.
Yeah.
And it's
fresh.
Fresh
too,
goat.
yo.
Fresh. Make your dick hard like Rockweiler, boy.
Fresh goat. I don't think I ever had goat.
Sick. Yeah,
Wow.
you gotta go.
Amazing.
We'll go.
You must have
I'll take you to
curry goat.
Hempstead.
Must.
Well, yeah, I'll have it from a butcher. I ain't gonna go see a goat on a front lawn somewhere.
Just
and
No,
then-
we'll go to
Go to a
Hempstead.
Jamaican
I take you to
restaurant.
the
like a
to the
little-
Jamaican
I'll,
spot.
I'll try it. There's a Jamaican restaurant on 110 in Amityville. I don't know if you ever been
Let
there.
me see.
It's really.
You
Oh,
like the
which
one?
one?
That's by that traffic light.
I can't remember the name of it. Yeah,
It's like tucked away, kind of.
Yeah,
Yes, it's in the shopping
center.
center.
That place is good too.
Yeah, I've-
Golden
Yeah.
Crust is actually good too.
Okay.
Right across the street from there, Golden Crust is good. My favorite is
Go to
Jamaican
Willie's
flavors.
Delight.
Jamaican
Willie's
flavors
Delight.
has the best.
Jamaican flavors. You ever hear of Jamaican flavors?
Where's that? Where's that at?
Queens.
Queens.
That's the
No,
patty
I
spot
haven't heard of
on by the Coliseum on 168th Street.
I'm not familiar with that one, but usually I go to what was it? Willie's Delight over there in I guess you consider it Babylon.
Okay.
That place is amazing.
Yeah. There's a lot of
That
good.
place is amazing.
Tony's Tropical Jerk in Hempstead is one of my favorite for jerk chicken. Their sweet sauce is banging.
You know, I just recently
yeah.
heard that cayenne pepper. Jamaican food has a lot of spices, right? Like hot, spicy.
Yeah, but it's more like Scotch bonnet
Yeah.
Okay.
pepper. Yeah.
No, I heard
Jerk seasoning.
big
Yes.
thing going around now is that you don't have to take if you're on blood thinners, cayenne pepper does the same thing as
Yeah.
blood thinners. I don't know.
Turmeric is real
Turmeric,
good for you too.
Yes.
Look at us getting all
That's the
It's
conspiracy.
like,
right.
you
Yeah.
got turmeric?
Look at us getting all conspiracy. I was going to ask you about alien life. What do you think about this alien life? But we're going to run out of time here. There's too much to talk about. Stacey, you believe in aliens and stuff like that?
I mean, I believe in spirits. I don't know about aliens, like with the heads and the eye. No, I don't.
You don't think it's all connected? It's probably all connected.
mean,
It's supposed to be all dimensional,
see.
all dimensional worlds out there. They're saying like cats and dogs can see the other dimensions, and that's why they freak out for no reason.
I don't know.
I would believe
I don't
that.
know.
I believe that.
You ever see a cat looking at something like what the hell's he looking at?
Yeah.
Well, babies
I
do
believe
that,
that.
too.
Babies, right?
Well, they say
Yeah.
like the people say like when you're born, that's the most like in touch
Pure.
with the universe and all that.
Yes.
Correct.
That's what I've heard.
Yes.
Because you're free. All your chakras are clear.
Well,
Exactly.
One of my stories is when I was taking my daughter to daycare. She was probably like 2, just talking, just putting words together. And she did say, "I saw Grandma in heaven." She said that while I was driving.
I've heard that.
And
too.
that's before I had a phone. Back then, it's before you could tape on your phone. I didn't have a camera with me. I made her
Right.
say it again a second time. No evidence, no proof, but she did say it. She my wife came home
Interesting.
late that night. I couldn't get her to say it again, but she did. I saw Grandma in heaven. I go, when? She goes, before I got here, before I came down here. It's the weirdest fun.
Like, how do you not believe that? Like, how do you?
How would she know
Like,
that? That's before she's
That's what
watching
I'm
TV.
saying.
Yeah, how would she know that?
Yeah.
It's like those documentaries of the little kids that will say like, "Oh, I died before in
Right.
a plane crash," and you're like, "What?" And then
Yup.
you look up the information, and then that kid
It's dead
is
on.
saying stuff from like somebody that died in like World War II. And you're just
Right.
like, "Wait, how would you even have? You can't even read. Like, how would you know that? There's no way.
Well,
There's no way."
not to put down musicians or anything like that, but how does my best friend growing up become a lead guitar player in a sick band, and I can't and I tried the same way he tried, and I can't do it. Like,
Who's your friend?
I'm right now I'm friends with this guy Thomas Jordan, you know Thomas Jordan, yeah. So he's a good friend of mine. But I watch him on stage when he's playing with Big Shot and
Oh wow.
well, he plays in all different bands along Long Island. But I watch him up there, like he's doing like the guitar solo to Freebird, and you think to yourself, how? Is a different part of your brain or something, man. Like you look
I
at
don't know,
musicians,
something in the essence. I
Yeah.
don't know.
and then you look at the
I don't
Beatles. You look at the Beatles or a band like the Beatles or like Billy Joel. How did they do that? Like how did they do what they did? Nobody else can come close to what
No,
they did.
there's no.
I mean, there's bands that are great.
Done,
There's
it's done.
yeah. So different parts
Gotta
of the
be
brain.
first. I think it's timing too.
Yeah, but how does that happen? It's magic. I use the word magic. It's got to be magic, man. How do you get 4 guys together to do that? Every song kicks ass.
That's
a whole nother show.
Really
That's a
good
whole nother
question.
show.
That's for like another day, right?
Yes, that's a whole nother show. Stacey, you're doing open mic nights, or you're not doing anything right now in stand up?
Well, yeah, not anything right now, but every time I keep saying in 2 weeks, like I just need to do it.
I hope you get back out there because there's certain people that you love. I love seeing them on the stage. I love being the networking with them, and it's just a good time.
Heck
Yeah.
Heck
Positive
yeah.
energy.
I'll
Positive
definitely
energy.
be out.
That's awesome.
Come out.
Come on out. And so you don't do, Jay, you don't do open mics really, but you perform a lot. So I got to get to one of your shows. I've seen you perform before. I haven't seen you in a while. I'd love to see
Just
some.
don't bring Don Sill. Every time he comes, I eat my dick for a few minutes.
Don
It's
Sill?
weird. I don't know why.
Do you get nervous in front of Don Sill?
No, but every fucking time.
Really?
It happened to me at the brokerage.
Really?
And then I did another show, and I did okay, but it wasn't as killer as it
Right.
should have been.
Right.
But I have to blame Don Sill.
Yeah. I don't think you said this before, but I don't think I'm never nervous doing anything. So I'm never nervous.
Ever?
I don't get nervous. I just when I eat my dick, I eat my dick.
Last
It is what it
Thursday
is.
night, I was on stage in front of Carrie,
Yeah.
and I was nervous.
Yeah, because she was there.
She was in the audience.
And she knows everything. Yeah, I know. When it's Carrie, I hate it. The other night, she was closing out one of the shows, and of course, she's got to be sitting at James's table.
Right.
When I'm up. So you get now. I'm like, oh, I can't say fuck. It's got to be. I can't get a lull because if there's a lull, she's gonna hear the lull, and I'm like, yeah. Like, you got to be kidding me. And then there was one time, a couple weeks ago, I did a joke that she told me to do it, and it worked. And then I did it we were at Central Islip, and I did it. It was 30 seconds, and it didn't hit. And I come off. I go, how about the other 19 minutes that I fucking murdered? Like,
Right.
are you kidding me?
Right. But you also think about that one joke that didn't work.
Of course.
As a comic.
Yeah.
You could kill up there for 20 minutes, but the one that
course.
didn't go over, that's the one you feel.
So bad.
Anyway, where are you going to be next? We're going to get going. Thank you so much. Stacey, you're
Kennedy
awesome.
Park in Hempstead tomorrow. And
What is that?
I'm doing a Govs to Go show.
Oh, nice. Is that open to the public?
I don't know. I'll be here this weekend, hopefully.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the call.
All right. I got to come out and see you, definitely.
Let's do it. Have
Yes.
a great day. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Tony, thanks for having me again. It's always a pleasure.
Always good to have
Nice,
you. pal.
nice meeting you, Jay.
Nice meeting you, Miss Price.
Stacey, thank you so
Yeah.
much, man. This Zoom is awesome. We got to do
Yo,
it again.
let me know when you cook up. Me come true. Hook, nook, recipe book. What you think you here for, your pretty for look?
You ever see that goat? And that goat gonna be gone.
I'm not draining no blood for no goats, man.
Oh,
I'm not,
crazy.
I'll have goat if it's already
We'll
dead.
go to Hempstead. They got the live poultry spot.
I don't want to
bring
see it.
some chicken.
I'll have it after it's already. I don't want to pet it before I eat it.
Trust me, I will never kill a goat, but
Okay.
I will eat it.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to Good Times, Bad Times tonight. Thank you.
Comic Sans playing this Saturday, the Long Island Film
You're
Festival.
right. Comic Sans.
Come see Joe.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's earlier in the day, too.
It's a 10 a.m. showing, the Long Island, New York Film Festival.
Where is that?
Comic Sans will be on at 10:30?
It'll be on at 10 in the morning.
Where is
That's
it?
awesome.
I'll tell you. Let me see. I hope I have that.
It's in Lindenhurst, right?
Is it Lindenhurst?
Yeah, I believe it's in Lindenhurst. Comic Sans has been in a couple of what do they call those things again? Now I'm going to forget.
Film festivals?
Film festivals, yeah.
Well, we need it to pop
Amazing.
because supposedly I'm written in for part 2.
I
But-
can verify that's being worked on.
But
I
Don
can
still
verify
watches
that.
me eat my dick and he's going to write me out.
This cat.
So yeah,
Dick
Stacey,
eating.
Stacey, did you ever watch Comic Sans? Did you ever see anything?
Not yet. I want to see it.
If you could come out on Saturday at 10 o'clock Saturday
I'm
morning in
hustling on
Lindenhurst,
Saturday.
Is that where it is, Lindenhurst?
I believe it's Lindenhurst. I have I think it came
Oh,
in.
yes, you're absolutely right. The Loyal Order of Moose. 883 South Broadway in Lindenhurst.
883
What was
South Broadway in Lindenhurst.
What was that, baby?
What's it called? The Moose what?
The Loyal Order of Moose.
The Loyal Order of Moose. Come and see Comic Sans, 883 South Broadway?
I think so. I already got rid of it.
In Lindenhurst. You guys got to come out 10 o'clock on Saturday. It's a great time to come out. And then you got the rest of the day to go to Home Depot and have your wife pick out toilet bowls.
Yep. There's no
It's the
bad
lesbian
times,
way.
just good times.
Just good times. Thanks for tuning in to Good Times, Bad Times. Hopefully we'll see you Saturday in Lindenhurst. Good night, guys.
If you can't be good, be bad.
When you look at